Hello, welcome back to the next chapter of Crater Lake. I'm going to do one chapter of this today, and then I might start doing 2 chapters each time from tomorrow so that we can get this finished before we return to school in 5 days. Or 7 if you count the weekend. Okay, so we are on chapter 14, An Unexpected Ally. What's going on with my hair today? Ooh, a mess. I urge Catcher forwards, knowing in my heart that Chet is going to catch us. Cat is slowing even more, and I have to push her from behind. We're close to the lake, but we're not going to get there. I hear a shout, "Out of my way, chubs!" and a thud. I turn around and Trent is sprinting up behind us. "They're after me," he says. The main entrance is flung open and Digger and Hop come running across the lawn. Chet is rolling around on the ground. "Chet," I say. Idiot Trent must have shoved him out of the way in his desperate attempt to escape. He's such a jerk. "Leave him, he's done for," Trent says. "Where do we go?" I hate Trent, but I can't leave him to be alienated. "The lake," I say. "We have to jump into the lake." "They are there. Oh, there they are," Catcher says, pointing to where Big Mac and Adrian are waving at us from the lake, holding onto the small raft with my backpack on it. Cat is fading fast, unnaturally fast. "Into the water," I yell, hoping it will wake her up a bit. We leap in, Catcher, Trent and me, and make for the others. Then we swim for our lives, pushing the raft in front of us. When I turn around to see Chet, Hock and Digger standing on the pier with all the worker bug eyes behind them. They're not attempting to follow us though, which worries me as much as it cheers me. We pull ourselves out of the water. Adrian throws the backpack over her shoulders and Big Mac and I hold up Cat, half carrying her into the trees. "Chet?" Mac asks. I shake my head. "Chet is one of them?" Trent says, looking confused. "You mean you didn't know when you shoved him out of the way?" I say. It's more of a statement than a question though. "If he's one of them, I probably just saved your lives. You should be thanking me." Trent is such a jerk. "Great. We've lost Chet's and gained Trent," Adrian says. "And what happened to Catcher?" "The spit," I say. "I think it has something in it to make you sleep. Like a sedative venom." "That makes sense," says Aid. "That's why Digger was spitting into the water supply." "He probably spat into the tomato soup too," I gasped, "Ugh," while trying to stop Cat from falling to the ground. "So glad we didn't eat that now," Max says. "Where are we going now?" Trent asks. "I found a place. We'll have to circle back behind the building. We should be safe there for a while." Max stops for a moment. "Wait a second. Are we ditching Catcher?" Trent says. "She's holding us back, and if she's going to fall asleep and turn into a bug eye, we don't want her near us anyway." "We're not ditching Catcher," I turn on him. "If you want to stick with us, Trent, you'd better stop being such a dirtbag." "Chill out, Fangy. Just saying what everyone else is thinking." "None of us were thinking that, Trent," Adrian says, with a look of fury on her face. "Right," Max says, putting Catcher over his shoulder in some kind of highly impressive superhero carry. "I can manage Cat. Let's get going." "Still with us, Cat?" I say, tapping her face. She gives me a sleepy thumbs up. If we can get her to base camp before she goes out, we might be able to save her. We move out. The new base camp that Mac has picked out is closer to the building, but I'm thinking that could be a good thing, because they won't think to look for us here. There's another hollowed out bush, a bit thorny on the outside, so we can't get in without being scratched, but it feels safe on the inside. "What can we do?" Adrian says, taking off the backpack. I grab the bag and unzip it, pulling out an oxygen tank, which has a breathing mask attached to it by a tube. "Put this over her mouth and nose," I say, "and we'll secure it to her face, making sure the seal is tight to her skin." Just as she stops responding, I turn the valve on the neck of the tank and hear the oxygen hissing up the tube and into the mask, Sss. Lance, you're a genius, Adrian says. If she's breathing pure oxygen, none of the spores should be able to get in. We'll give her an hour's sleep, then try to wake her, I say. What if it doesn't work? Asks Trent. It will work, I say, and then we can take it in turns to have a sleep. I dibs the first go after Katja. Ugh, Trent is such a jerk. Matt goes into the new lookout tree, while Adrian and I watch over Katja. She's sleeping peacefully, and her wet hair dries in the sun. It forms little curls around her face. It makes her look younger. Aid and I look through Dale's notes for more clues. We know what we're dealing with now, but what we don't know is how to stop the aliens. And, as Chet is one of them, I'm desperate to find out a way of turning him back. What happened in the dining room hall? I ask. Trent talks through a mouthful of biscuit. It was fine. We were having a laugh, chilling out. We were going to settle down for some sleep, but then we heard you over the speaker. We thought it wouldn't be a biggie, staying awake, but it got harder and harder. Then Miss Hock started playing the music, and the tiredness just took over. I was all right, because obviously I'm a beast. Adrian snorts. But the others were struggling. Imran and Isla fell asleep first. Did you let them out like we said? Adrian asked. No way we were opening those doors, Trent says. We tied them up with bag straps. Then what? I say. They went mental, he shrugs. And we suddenly heard loads of noise coming from outside the dining hall. All the other bug eyes were going to the doors with axes and hammers. They broke in and started rounding everyone up. But I escaped. Of course you did, Adrian says, rolling her eyes. What about the others? I ask. Dunno. Didn't stop to look. Every man for himself. He stuffs another biscuit into his mouth. Nice, Trent, nice. Don't judge me. He spits crumbs at me. You let your best buddy Chet get buggy. You're no better. I bite my lip. There's no point arguing with Trent. He always has been and always will be a massive butt brain. But I'm angry with myself too, because a little part of me knows there's some truth in what he's saying. It is my fault that Chet's became a bug eye, and I have to fix it. It's been an hour, Adrian says. Shall we wake her? It's just Katja, not Sleeping Beauty, Trent snorts, which just goes to show how stupid he really is. Mac, I call through the branches. We're going to wake her. Come down and get your stuff together, just in case we need to make a run for it. We pack up all our gear, tie our laces, and put our bags on our backs. Ready? I ask. They all nod. I kneel to the floor beside Kat and tap her gently on the arm. Katja? But she doesn't respond. I shake her shoulders, not too hard, and say her name again. Katja. I think one of her eyelids moves a tiny bit, but I can't be sure. Katja. I'm so sorry, but it's time to wake up. This time, I tap her arm with one hand and shake her shoulder with the other. For goodness sake, Trent says. Then he puts his face next to Katja's ear and screams. Ah! Kat sits bolt right up and gasps, the mask coming loose from her face, her eyes open. They're the colour of a mystical lagoon, where dolphins leap majestically and mermaids comb their hair. Katja, you're all right, Adrian squeaks and hugs her. What happened? Kat asks, squinting around at all of us. You took a hit to the arm, I say. Chet spit. We think the hunter's spit contains a strong sedative, says Aid. Katja puts her hands up to her face. I fell asleep. But Lance got an oxygen mask on you first, so you didn't breathe in the spores, Max says. So I'm okay? Yeah, you're okay, I say, and I smile for the first time in what feels like days, but probably just hours. And that is the end of that chapter. When you return, we're on chapter 15, which is called Confession Time. So I can't wait to read the next chapter to you. We are nearing the end. And my laptop's going to die, so I need to save this really quick. Goodbye. Have a lovely day. See ya.